This is great. People are signing into the class. That's wonderful. Good morning, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde. We'll just let a few more people sign in. And I guess we can start now. So hello again, bonjour encore. My name is Linda Barber, and I'm the branch manager of the Ottawa branch of the National Association of Federal Retirees. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which our branch office is located is traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe people. On behalf of the branch, I am very pleased to welcome you to today's webinar titled How to Get Back into a Fall Fitness Routine That You Enjoy, presented by Meg Stickl-Kroeker, owner of the local business AIM Fitness. Meg specializes in fitness for adults over 50, and she's been working in this field for over 16 years. We are proudly in our second year of collaboration with Meg, who's been offering monthly fitness classes to our members. Now, today's webinar with Meg, she's going to share tips on staying motivated, how to challenge yourself, and other great exercises. And she's going to finish with a fun workout. Veuillez noter que le webinaire sera présenté en anglais, mais la participation bilingue est toujours encouragée. Now, I want to give a special welcome to anybody here who is not yet a member of the association. Maybe you're here as a guest, and we really hope these webinars will inspire you to join us. And to the folks who are already members, we really hope you enjoy the webinars and they encourage you to maintain your membership. You can actually give the gift of membership, and we're going to give you information about that, I think, in the chat box and also in an email at the end of after today's session. Now, I want to also remind you about something special that's happening right now. Starting 1st of September until December 31st, we're having the association's annual mega recruitment drive to try and grow the association and add more members. So every time you as a member successfully recruit a new member, you'll receive a ballot to win one of 14 great prizes, including $10,000 cash, courtesy of Johnson Insurance. And all the members who successfully refer a new member also receive, no matter what, a $5 Tim Hortons gift card. And there's no limits on the number of times you can be entered into the grand prize draw. So the more new members you refer, the more chances you'll have to win. After today's webinar, we're going to send you an email with instructions on how to access the recording of today's webinar, how to get involved in the mega recruitment drive and the process, and how to join the association or give the gift of membership. And don't forget, you can always invite non-members as guests of our webinars to try us out for free. At the end of today's session with Meg, there's going to be a question and answer period. And what we ask you to do is to type your questions into the chat box on Zoom as they occur to you. And then at the end, Meg's going to go over each and every one and she'll answer them for you. So now I have the pleasure of turning over today's session to Meg.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much, Linda, for that welcome, and great to have all of you here today. So we are going to be talking about getting into a fitness routine. And I know technically it's not fall yet. We're still right now as we're here, it's still technically summer, but I know as soon as the calendar changes to September, personally for myself, and I know for so many others, we start to think about, okay, summer holidays are done. I want to get back into a routine, and kids are going back to school, teachers are teaching again, and there's something that we enjoy about getting back into something regular, a regular routine. So I'm going to be sharing today, especially how to make your routine fun and enjoyable. Because what I've found from over the years of working with people is that if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you're probably not going to be lasting and doing it for very long. So, if you think about just a typical day, maybe this is a day in your life, you've got the option, perhaps your house is looking a little dirty, maybe it's a little disorganized, and you have the option, okay, I could get up off the couch where I am, whether you're watching TV or maybe you're scrolling on your phone or your device, and you could get up from that nice cozy spot on the couch. And the option is to get up and clean. what do we tend to do? What's more fun? Well, for most of us, we stay on the couch and we say, oh, I'll hire someone to do it, or oh, I'll do it tomorrow. So as human beings, we tend to prefer comfort over change. And this is pretty typical for most people. So I have found that if we look at our fitness and look at routine in a new way and put something together that we look forward to, then we're more likely to do it. So I have some personal tips that I'm going to be sharing with you. I have 4 that I'll be sharing with you this morning. And I share these with my clients as well. So you guys, it's just like we're sitting down on the couch chatting. So I really want you to feel like this is just really relaxed this morning. We're going to have a bit of a chat. And I do encourage you to, like Linda said, leave your comments or leave your questions in the chat box. So before I dive into my 4 tips for you, I'd love to know, you can leave a number 1 if you're somebody who is just getting back into a fitness routine. It's been a really long time since you've exercised regularly. So leave a 1 in the comment box if this is you, and leave a 2 if you consider yourself to be a seasoned exerciser. You've been exercising pretty regularly during the summer and you're just looking at some new tips, maybe to change things up a little bit, but you consider yourself to be pretty dedicated. You're into that routine already. Okay, so leave a 1, leave a 2. Would love to know where you're at, because this will determine what I share with you today. Okay, we've got lots of 2s. Awesome. Okay, so the next question I have for you, if you are a 2, even a 1, is what have you been doing this summer and what have you been doing this year to stay active? So I know that a lot of people love to do things outside in the summer. So maybe you've been someone who enjoys going for hikes. Maybe you love going for walks. Maybe you've been lifting light weights or doing resistance training. Perhaps you have a bike that you've been going on bike trips with, either outside or indoors. So let us know, what is your main source of movement? What is your main source of movement? Okay, so we have Linda, power walking. Suzanne, walking, resistance training. Great. Tom, 5K walks, walking daily, gardening, biking, indoor exercise, too hot outside. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so keep sharing. It's great to hear what you're doing. So when we come to the fall time, as we are fastly approaching, it's good to consider what needs to change. So what routines need to change. So for some of you, it'll be, well, I'm not going to necessarily go jogging in the snow. Maybe you will, but a lot of people will say, well, I'm looking for new ways to stay active inside. For others, it'll be, well, I can actually exercise outside because it's not quite as hot. So I can go for longer walks, or I can go for a walk, but also stop at a park bench and do some strength training as well. So there's a lot of changes that we can do. So let's dive into the 4 tips that I have for you, because this will be really, really fun and give you some new ideas. So number 1, the first point I want to share, feel free to take notes, is to look at your fitness routine from a new perspective. Look at your fitness routine from a new perspective. So quite often, and like Linda said, I've been working with people for a long time, so I do see patterns. I see different types of people who struggle with different things. And one of those things that I see is, often, even though you're retired, you may feel like you don't have enough time to do all that you want to do. Put a Y, a yes in the comments if you're saying, yes, I've retired, I don't have as much time as I used to, or I thought I would have more time now that I'm retired and I still struggle to fit in my fitness routine. So put a Y if that's you. And if no, you're really prioritizing your fitness, that's not an issue. So we want to look at things in a new perspective. So what does that mean? So instead of saying, well, I have to fit in my workout, when we say it that way, it's almost like we're not prioritizing it. It's not important. I need to fit it in. I need to get it over with. It really shows us we're not really prioritizing our health. We just want to check it off the list. So instead, another way to reframe this is by saying, I am investing in me. I am investing in my health. I'm choosing to prioritize my health this fall. And it's so interesting, but just changing that perspective instead of rushing through something, instead looking at it in a different way and prioritizing that time that you spend exercising, stretching, walking, it will help you to really appreciate that time that you spend. And it will also help you feel really proud of yourself too. Now, sometimes too, we have negative beliefs associated with our fitness routines. And this can come from maybe failing in the past, maybe saying, you know what, I'm going to start this diet, I need to lose this weight. And then you go at it for a few weeks and then you fall off the wagon and you end up feeling really bad and thinking, oh, you know what, I shouldn't have started in the first place. Or maybe, I know we've all had this experience, you say, you know what, this is the year I'm going to join the gym. And you purchase your gym membership, you go for the tour, you feel so good, you say, yeah, this is where I belong. I'm really going to get committed. I'm going to come every day. Now that I'm retired, I've got more time, right? And then what happens? Well, there's other priorities, other things creep in. So because of this, it's easy to feel discouraged and it can be easy to feel guilt when it's connected to our fitness routine. So what I invite you to do today is to let go of all of that. Take this new perspective and look at your health and your routine as something you're investing in. You're investing in yourself. You're choosing to prioritize yourself. And if you do feel that guilt, just acknowledge it's there, but just say, you know what, I'm going to let that go. I missed the gym, or I missed my workout, or I didn't walk as far as I wanted. And that's okay, because I'm here for the long haul. I'm here for the journey. I'm not just here for a season. And that's going to be helpful. We are on a fitness journey. We're not just here to achieve a goal. We're here for a lifestyle. And that will really, really help you when dealing with things like guilt or feeling like you're not doing enough. All right, so that's tip number one, is look at your health routine, your fitness routine from a new perspective. Tip number two, and I want to share about one of my members who has really taken this one to the next level. So her name is Carol, and this next tip is to wear something that makes you feel great. Have you ever heard that? You want to dress the part, right? I know many people during COVID said, you know what, even though I'm working from home, I'm going to get dressed up every day because it's important for me to, you know, treat life seriously and not to be in my pajamas all the time. And it does make a big difference. So when you're exercising, when you're, you know, here I am, I'm in my new office. I just moved and I've set up a bit of a gym here. When I'm exercising, I want to feel as good as I can. I want to feel proud of myself. I want to push myself. And it's funny, but psychologically, it does help when we wear something that we enjoy. So if you're wearing some sloppy old clothing with holes, you know, maybe that's what you like to do. So no judgment there. That's fine. But just imagine wearing something that makes you feel good. So I'll tell you about Carol. Like I mentioned, she's one of my members. So she does my video program at home. And she decided, you know what, I'm going to start wearing lipstick and I'm going to start wearing some smart workout clothes because this is important to me. I really want to prioritize my health. And when I respect myself, respect my body in this way, then I'm going to show up in a different way. So it's been really fun hearing about her journey. She's been with me for 2 years. When she first joined my membership, she had never really exercised. She'd been a busy professional. She had taken care of family, but her job was her baby, and she worked really hard. So when she retired, she said, okay, it's time for me to exercise and to start treating myself, treating my body as in it being a priority. So she did that. So she bought herself some workout clothes, some new gear, and she said, all right, I'm going to print out the pages. I'm going to print out the calendars and really stay committed and really treat this as if I'm going all in. And so now, 2 years later, she's had to go and buy some new clothing because she's lost quite a bit of weight. That was a little bit of a goal, but it was kind of a side goal, something that ended up happening on its own. She's become a lot stronger. She is a bird watcher, so she even noticed things like holding up her binoculars while she was going bird watching was a lot easier. Things like that, things like reaching something off the top shelf for her cooking and her baking became easier too. So, but she said, it was really treating this seriously. And for her, it was dressing in a way that she really felt good about herself as she exercised. So think about that. Is it time for you to buy some new running shoes, maybe some new gear, or a new tank top to get you feeling excited about this new season? So you can really think about that. All right, tip number 3. Tip number 3 is to adjust your focus. What is your goal? So it sounds like a lot of you have been exercising regularly up to now, and you're into a good routine. But it's good to always reassess. And I like to talk about each season being a time for us to reassess. What is your goal? What are you focusing on in this season? So personally, I like to take some time to do a bit of journaling and to write down and to contemplate what is my focus for the fall. For me, it changes. In the summer, I love to be outside. So I'll do outdoor workouts. I enjoy running, so I'll go for jogs. And I also, like I mentioned earlier, I like to do a jog and stop at a park bench, do some push-ups off the park bench, do some squats, do some step-ups, really use that outdoor equipment for some fun. But I like to always change it up. So the fall, I'm going to be focusing on some more things that are indoors. I'm going to be going for longer hikes, taking my dog out for longer walks as well. So I really like to think about, okay, what's going on in my life? What's my lifestyle looking like? And with the weather, what needs to change as well? So for some of you, that's going to be really helpful to think about. And then we can also go a little bit deeper into the adjust your focus topic. So one of the clients that I've worked with, her name is Connie. And when I started working with her, her main goal was to lose some weight, and not a small amount. It was to lose a good amount. She wanted to lose 50 pounds. And she said, Meg, I'm now over the age of 65. My father had a heart attack. So I'm really considering doing exercises that are safe for me. And I want to prevent any major heart issues in the future. So she said, main goal is losing weight, but also the side goal is heart health. So as we exercised, as we got going, I talked to her a lot about nutrition, and she started to realize a lot of what she was eating wasn't really fueling her body. It wasn't nutritional. It wasn't really meeting her needs with her weight loss goal. So she ended up adjusting her focus. Her main focus, like I said, was losing weight. She adjusted it to say, you know what, I actually want to really refocus on my diet. What am I eating? What am I putting into my body? And you know what, something that's really common as you get older is your body may not digest certain foods in the same way as it used to. So there's certain foods like garlic, onions, and others that you may find you don't digest as well, and you may need to make some changes. You may have to cut some things out of your diet. So with Connie, we took time to start a food journal, and I had her write out, what are you eating for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks? And she started to just keep track of what is it she was eating. And it really opened her eyes. She didn't realize that she was having a lot of snacky foods during the day. And she started to learn how to read food labels and see what was in there. And it was so interesting because as she focused on eating healthier, she started to feel better and she started to lose the weight. And it was pretty amazing to see how just adjusting that focus really made the difference. And sometimes when our focus is purely weight loss, because I know a lot of people do have that as their goal, so I do want to talk on that, it's easy to feel discouraged and it's easy to give up and to just kind of throw in the towel because it is a journey. Once again, our fitness is a journey, but our weight loss journey is also a journey. You're not going to lose 50 pounds in a month. You just are not. You're going to lose 1 pound at a time. And if you can adjust your expectations and know that, hey, you know what, this is my long-term goal is 50 pounds, but I'm just going to focus on losing 1 pound, and I'm going to focus on moving my body more and feeling good about my body. That's going to really make a big difference. Okay, so that's tip number 3, is to adjust your focus. And you now know about Connie's journey. Now, she ended up, while we worked together, she lost about 25 pounds. She was really proud of herself. And not only that, but she noticed her body started to change. So the shape of her body changed. And one thing we did, the last thing, we avoided the scale. We avoided the scale because the scale doesn't tell you the whole picture. Instead, we got out the measuring tape and did measurements of her arms, her torso, her stomach, her legs. And that was really motivating for her to see those numbers change as she remeasured herself over time. Okay, so if weight loss is a big thing for you, feel free to reach out as well. I've got quite a few resources and workouts as well, specifically for weight loss. And in January, I am going to be putting together a new program, a weight loss program, because it is really big, important for many people. Okay, so let's go on to tip number 4, to enjoy your workouts. Listen to music. I'm not sure if you listen to music, maybe you plug in and when you're walking, you listen to music, or maybe you blast music in your house when you're doing your workouts. But music is really powerful. It can change our mood really quickly. Now, there was a very interesting study. There were 3 groups. There were people who were exercising without music, not listening to anything. There was another group that was listening to podcasts as they were exercising. And then the third group was listening to music. And they followed this group to find out who enjoyed their workouts the most. And they found that 13% of music listeners, so there's 13% who enjoyed their workouts more than the podcast listeners. And then 28% of people enjoyed their workouts listening to music more compared to those not listening to music at all. So it was pretty interesting how music listeners tended to enjoy it. And I think there's a few reasons why. One is that it gets you pumped up. So no matter what kind of music you like, whether it's country, whether it's electronic, or something in between, the oldies, it can be really fun. It maybe brings you to a different place. So it makes you think of some fond memories. Maybe you remember a time when you were dancing to this music and it can make you smile. And then music can just uplift our spirits. So if you are having a hard day, or you just feel like, oh, I don't really feel like going for my walk, music will change that mood really quickly. So those are my 4 tips for you guys. I do have some practical tips on how to make your workouts happen, but I'm just going to recap first. So in order to enjoy your workouts more, number 1 is look at your workout from a new perspective. So really think about, I am investing in me. I am doing this for myself. Number 2, wear something that makes you feel great. So you can think about my client, Carol, who dressed really well. That was a big thing for her. And she felt so good as she exercised. And that really lit her up. Number 3 is to adjust your focus. So if your focus is, I need to lose weight, I need to lose weight, you're going to be disappointed because it takes time. So instead, focus on, I want to feel good in my body. I want to feel proud of myself. I want to feel more energy as I go. So readjust that focus. And then number 4 is to listen to some music, because it will uplift your mood. It'll make you feel really good. So those are the 4 tips. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know which tip was most helpful. So you can let us know 1, 2, 3, or 4 down in the comment section. And then next, we're going to transition into, how do I get going? How do I build a fitness routine? So something that I found over the years is that when people financially invest in a program, they are more committed. I've seen this in myself. When I've paid for a gym membership myself versus having it gifted to me, I'm a little more committed. There's more skin in the game. So I do want to encourage you, don't shy away from investing in a program. So whether it's a weekly fitness class in your neighborhood, maybe it's joining a walking club. Don't forget, I have an online fitness membership that you guys can join for 33% off the regular price. It's amazing. It's fun. We have a great community. Maybe it's working with a personal trainer, but just like I was talking about earlier about investing in you, changing your perspective, there's something very powerful about financially investing. We are more committed. I've seen this when people sign up for one of my classes and they pay for it, they will be there every single week. When it's up to them to maybe watch a free YouTube video now and then, they're not as committed. You can check in with yourself and see, have you seen that in your life as well? So I do want to encourage you to join something, and depending on how comfortable you are, whether you are ready to go back to a gym or you want to join an in-person class, or maybe you're happy to stay online at this point, really listen and do what you feel most comfortable with. But joining and connecting with other people is so, so important. And I've been doing this recently. I've been starting up some new classes in condo buildings, and it's been nice to have people in front of me, people who are smiling and exercising along with me. And it's been so refreshing. So I do encourage you to connect with others, meet someone new, just get out of your own house and do that. Now, if you are a beginner, I know we've got a few beginners who are watching. What's the benefits of working with somebody or following along with someone is that you don't need to think of, what am I going to do next? There's a lot of people who are held back and who don't really see the progress they want because they don't know, well, what do I do? What's safe? Is it okay to use weights? I have osteoporosis. Is it okay to twist and turn or not? There's a lot of information out there, but sometimes with all the information, we don't do anything. Something else that will be helpful as a beginner is someone to guide you and to get to know you and know that, okay, yeah, this is your medical condition. I can give you some advice on what to do. Like I mentioned before, meeting new people. When you join a group or a club, you'll meet others who are similar to you, have similar goals. And then as well, being part of a regular class or something regular is it helps you develop a routine. So just like we have the routine, this the summer of, getting outside, enjoying the nice weather, it's time to re-look at how can I get into a regular routine, whether it's lifting weights. I know some people said they were doing resistance training. Maybe it's pushing yourself a little bit more than what you're used to. So it's good to have that support. Now, for those of you who say, you know what, I've been exercising for quite a while. How about me? What's a good tip for me? Well, it's easy to stop, or it's easy just to keep doing the same thing over and over. I've met a lot of people who said, oh yeah, somewhere in my my back room, I have a DVD. And I used to do that DVD for about 10 years. I did it, every 2 days. And then I stopped seeing results. Well, yes, that's true. You will stop seeing results if you're doing the same thing all the time. There's something called muscle memory. So if you are doing the same exact workout to the T every day and lifting the same weights, doing the same movements, your body will just start to know that, oh, okay, yeah, here's the routine, but it's not going to be pushed. It's not going to be challenged. And when that's the case, you stop seeing those improvements. We call it in the fitness world, we call it being at a plateau. So where you're not seeing any results, you're still exercising, maybe you're still eating healthy, but you're not losing any more weight. You're not building any more muscle. You're not feeling any stronger. So that's where it's so important to switch up the routine, join the class, work with a trainer, try something different. And it's important to challenge your body, especially those of you who are seasoned and are doing this over and over again. Now, we see this quite often with a mail delivery person, a mailman, we can say, who's delivering the mail. And, often we think, wow, this person is walking all day. They must be in the best shape of their life. Well, no, it's the same phenomenon where you do the same movements, like you're doing the same DVD, but you stop seeing those results because you're doing the same route, the same walking at the same speed. So if you saw that mail delivery person running or jogging in between the homes, then yes, they would see those improvements. But if they're just walking at a slow pace, maybe you're doing that too, then you're not going to see those results that you want. All right, now something else to do is to use different muscle groups. So if currently you are doing a fitness routine with weights or resistance bands, and you have your go-to, you do your squats, you do your lunges, you do your heel raises, and you know that you can do them well, feels good, but that's all you do, there's a lot of other muscle groups that you're not using. And it's important to focus on our larger muscle groups. So working on our thighs, our quads, using the muscles in our back, and really focusing on movements that we do all the time. So if one of your future goals this winter is to go skating, it's important to start using and activating those muscles now. And if you just go from walking regularly to skating on the canal, goodness, you feel it, don't you? It's because you're using different muscles than you usually do. So we need to think about having a well-rounded program, a well-rounded routine as we exercise. All right. And then the last thing to think about, both for beginners and seasoned exercisers, is that our bodies change. You may have different needs, and that's another reason to take time during this season, the season of fall, to reassess where is your body at? What challenges do you need? Is there any medical conditions that you're dealing with, or anything you want to prevent from happening in the future? Maybe osteoporosis runs in the family. So you say, you know what, I really want to do more strength training. I really want to do some body weight exercises to really strengthen those bones. Maybe you know someone, maybe you've got friends or family who've had lots of falls. And you say, you know what, I do not want to have a fall in my own home. I really want to focus on improving my balance. So start incorporating some balance work into your regular routine and during your day as well. So that means waking up in the morning, doing some balance work for 10, 15 minutes and getting into that routine too. So it's good to reassess, where am I at and where do I want to go? All right, so we're going to be moving into a workout next. And as we do, I also want to highlight what are some safe exercises for retirees to do. Because if you think about your 20-year-old self, your 20-year-old self probably doesn't want it to do those same things that you're doing now, and vice versa. You probably don't want to be going to, a crazy boot camp class and pushing yourself in the same way. So there's things to adjust and change. So one of them is that our shoulders, our hips, our knees, and our back, these are different parts of your body that many retirees start to notice wear and tear. So maybe it's from years of doing similar movements. Maybe it's from years of sitting at a desk. Maybe it's from years of neglecting your body. And some of it runs in the family as well. So that could be hereditary too. And then there's medical conditions. So it's good to consider, like I mentioned just a minute ago, does osteoporosis run in your family? Have you had a hip or knee replacement recently that you now need to adjust for in your workouts? So my general rule of thumb is to avoid jerky and pounding movements. So if you're pounding your feet really hard on the floor, that's probably not the best thing to do for your hips and your knees, even your back. So try to do some more gentle movements, low impact. And then other things too to consider are, when you're lifting weights, are you present? Are you thinking about what you're doing? Now, I have an old client I worked with, and he liked to talk, and I love to talk with him too. So that wasn't bad. But when he talked, his arms would go all over the place as he was lifting his weights. And I had to keep reminding him, and I had to say, Jim, hold on, pause just a second. He's, oh, okay. Said, all right, stand a little straighter. Let's go at my pace. Let's slow it down a little bit. And he said, oh yeah, okay, thank you. I got carried away. And he wouldn't really notice what he was doing because he was chatting. And often we do that, right? We get, our mind is somewhere else as we're exercising. So it's good to think about being present. Notice, what is your body doing? Does this feel good? Or do I need to stop? Or do I need to speed it up? It's good to reassess as we go. All right, so those are a few just practical tips in terms of what exercises are safe, what should I be doing? And then more, a little bit hands-on just before we go, is we want to think about doing functional fitness. So functional exercises that we do all the time. So that's what our workout will be focused on now. So I invite you to stand up. If you've got your running shoes, put them on if they're not on already. And we're going to do just about a 20-minute workout just to get that heart rate up, to feel good. And we're going to be doing a lot of movements that are safe for you to do around the home. All right, so here we go. All right, and if you've got some water, feel free to have a sip. It's good to stay hydrated as we exercise. All right. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we're going to start by doing some movements that are very practical, like I said. So we're going to start with our legs just about our feet about as wide as our shoulders. And we're going to start by reaching up to one side and then reaching down the other side. As we do, we're going to be shifting our weight from one leg to the other. Right, so bending into one knee, straightening the other leg. So reaching up and reaching down. Right, so we do this motion quite a bit throughout the day. Sometimes it's when you go grocery shopping, putting your groceries away. Maybe it's cleaning. I know a lot of people this time of year are cleaning out their garage or their basement. So it's important to do lots of stretching and reaching. All right, let's do the other side. So we're going to be reaching this way, shifting into that knee and leaning down. Reaching up and down. Now, if you do have osteoporosis, keep your back nice and straight for this one. If you do not, you can choose to lean a little bit lower. Breathing in and out. 3 more. And 2. And 1. And so we'll keep those legs nice and wide, hands on your hips, and we're going to be moving into some squats. Keep those hips back, keep the weight in your heels, bend the knees, and then straighten those legs. So maybe you do squats all the time. So I'm going to show you a few different variations just to get that heart rate up a little bit and to make it a little bit more fun. That's what it's about, right? So we're going to reach squat and then reach up. Squat, reach down towards the floor, and then reach up as you straighten the legs. All right, if you can touch the floor, touch the floor. And if you take your legs a little wider, it'll help with that. Okay, from the side, it looks like this. Hips back. Good reach. Down and up. And I find this movement is really energizing as well. Just imagine you can really stretch up. Let's do 5. And 4. 3. 2. And 1. All right, awesome. So another one that's really good, so we'll incorporate balance in, is we want to take one leg back, one leg in front. You can reach those arms right in front and lift your knee and tap that toe back. Lift the knee and tap that toe back behind you. Now you can always use a chair if you want to hold onto a chair in front of you as well. All right. Now, those of you who did movements and aerobics back in the day, this one is called the repeater. You may remember this one. All right, good. Let's do a few more. Tightening up the core as you lift the knee. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's do the other side. Opposite way. This is a good way to get that heart rate up as well. So you can choose to speed it up if you'd like. If you want to focus on your balance, lift the knee and hold it for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3. Finding that balance. It's good to challenge ourselves. If you find what's easy, do that next step. Make it a bit more challenging. All right, good. Let's do a few more here. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Let's find that balance. Arms to the side. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, good job. Let's grab your chair. We're going to be doing a few movements in the chair. All right, so I know a lot of people are wanting to focus on the core strength. That can help with leaning and reaching, picking things up, can reduce back pain, and it can help to tone you as well, along with cardio. So what we're going to do here is I want you to place your hands right here on the side of that chair and lean back, but don't touch the back of the chair. Instead, lean your elbows against the back. From here, you can lift both knees up and down, tapping that floor with your feet. If that's a little too much, do one knee at a time. Or if you want the extra challenge, lift, but don't quite touch the floor. Don't lower all the way. All right, so there we go. Choose your option. Tapping one leg at a time or feet up. All right, so working that core. Woo! Awesome. Let's keep going. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! All right, circle it back. Great job. Great. Now we're going to stand back up. Stand back up. Move that chair out of the way for the next one. All right, so something else, and I work with a lot of older seniors who are having a harder time with leaning and reaching. So whatever age you're at now, it's a really good practice to get into the habit of leaning and lifting things properly. So what we want to do is we want to have one leg behind the other, one leg in front. Your feet are as wide as your shoulders and as wide as your hips. And we're bending at your knees. And this is where we want to go to lift something. Lifting a heavy box, even a weight. So if you've got something close to you, maybe you have a weight, maybe you've got something else, put it on the floor. So we're more likely to reach for something if there's something there. So bend those knees, lean over, pick that item up, lift it up, and lift it over your head. So if you've got a weight, this is great to do. But whatever you have, water bottle, anything will work. Bend your knees, lower it down. All right, let's do it again. Bend your knees, reach, pick up that item, both hands, press overhead, bring it down, lower down. So we do this every single day. It's very good to keep those legs flexible, mobile, and strong. And you only realize you've lost that strength and ability when it's gone. So let's not go there. All right, here we go. All right, let's do it one more time. Lower down. Good, and lower that weight back down. Okay, let's do the other side. So switching legs, opposite leg in front. Okay, same thing. Hinging at the hips, bending those knees, leaning and reaching. Press that item overhead. Lower it down. Rise back up. Breathing in and out. Okay, good. So be sure to keep your back nice and straight. Often it's when we round our back, that's where and pulling a muscle. We want to use our legs instead of the back. Great, awesome job. Do a few more. Okay, let's do 3. Okay, keep it in your hands. 2. So up. And 1. All right, awesome. So that's great. Good. You'll feel that in the back of the legs. I'm sure you'll feel that everywhere. So good. All right, so if you've got a weight, we're going to do another one here with the weight. So like I said, you can use a water bottle, even a canned good is good, whatever you have in the house. So we're going to stand here nice and straight, hold on to the weight with one hand on your hip, and lift that knee. Opposite knee, so we're doing opposite sides. Standing nice and tall, shoulders back, and curling the weight up to your shoulder. On the side, it looks like this. Lifting up, lift the knee as high as you can. Good, and those of you who consider yourself to be an advanced exerciser, you're going to love this option. So lift the knee up, extend the leg out, knee up and down. And watch the curl. So knee up, lengthen the leg, knee up and down. So still curling the weight with each motion of the leg. Just adjust what you're doing with your arm. All right, so focusing on our balance. Good, 2 more. Good, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. 1. And lower it down. Good, let's walk that out. Change to the other side. Opposite leg, hand on that hip. Starting with the knee lift. Good. Shoulders back. And just notice which leg is easier to do, which arm is easier to do. We all do have a dominant side. All right, and then the advanced option, lengthen the leg, knee up and down, tighten up the core. All right, excellent. All right, coordination, working the brain. 3 more. And there's so many times during the day that our balance is challenged. Whether you're going up and down stairs carrying something, maybe it's going over a curb while you're grocery shopping or going out for a walk. So it's important to do things that challenge us so that when you're out there in the real world, things are easier to do. All right, excellent. Oh, feeling good, feeling good. So we're gonna do one more. We're gonna go back to another round of squats, and this time grab both of your weights. If you don't have weights, don't worry. You can do it without weights as well. So we're gonna take those legs nice and wide again. Hold on to your weights with bent arms right in front of your shoulders. We're gonna squat down, and as you rise up, press overhead, straight arms. Okay, so here we go. Squatting down and pressing up. Breathing in and breathing out. If you don't have weights with you today, just reach those arms up overhead. Okay, very good. You'll even find that a weighted squat makes you work a little bit more than not having anything in your hands. Good, so as you're doing this, remember to keep the weight in your heels. Sit back like you're in a chair, turning from the side. Pressing up, shake those hips back. And adjust. Some of you can maybe squat just about halfway. And the good news is the more you do it, I've seen this working with many people, is that over time you become more flexible. Sometimes that's the issue, flexibility. So as you build up that strength in this area, you may find you can go a bit further later on. All right, let's do 3 more. Great job. and 2. Good, and 1. All right, awesome. Let's lower those weights. Good. All right, so we're going to work on a little bit of balance work next. So what I want you to do, give a little bit of space. We're going to just be walking in line. So one foot right in front of the other. So place that heel right to that toe. Shoulders back, look straight ahead. And then we're going to travel backwards. So just make sure you have a clear area behind you. You might have to move a few things. Take about 3 or 4 steps back and keep looking straight ahead. Okay, so do that again. Travel forwards. And you walk the line. Good to practice. You do it. Then you do it backwards. All right, here's option number 2. Those of you who found that was really good, let's do the next step. Lift your knee. Lift one knee nice and high, right in front of the other. Holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk back, same thing. Lifting the knee and bringing that foot behind the other. Lift the knee and behind the other. All right. Traveling forwards again. One foot in front. Tighten up that core. Find that focal point as well. When you look straight ahead, it will be easier. Oh, hold on. Let's lift that opposite leg in front. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll travel back. Okay, so this is a really good one to practice in the kitchen. If you have a high counter, this is really good to do at the side of that, or even in the hallway, where that you can travel and you can walk and feel like you've got a little bit of space, but there's still something to grab onto if you need to. Okay. All right, good. So from here, let's take your legs, feet right together, and let's cross one leg over the other. And we're going to find that balance. Option number 1 is lifting your arms to the side. And then option 2 is doing a little bit of a twist. So twisting at your waist, keeping your back straight, leaning this leg right against the front of the other leg. Yes, breathing in and out. Easier to do if you look straight ahead, finding your focal point. Harder is when you look side to side. Good, one more time. Good, lower that leg. Let's walk that out and we'll do the other side. Good, all right, now just a reminder, you can grab a chair and hold on to a chair if you need to. Balancing on one foot. What is that like for you? You may find that you have some days your balance is really good, other days it's not so good. And this is something that's really important. I believe everyone at every age and stage should be doing some different balance drills. Try looking side to side if you haven't yet. And more challenging. 3, 2, and 1. All right, very good. That's good. All right, and then we're going to do one more. We're going to do a side step, and I want you to lift those feet and those knees nice and high. So we'll place your hands on your hips. Just imagine you're stepping up over a step or a box. Sometimes when we go for walks, we get lazy and we don't lift our feet very high. So it's good to really get those hips involved, those feet. All right, if you want to add the arms, reach up overhead. A little bit of a further step to challenge yourself further than before. Let's do 3 more. 2 and 1. All right, amazing. So we're going to finish with some breathing. Bring those arms nice and wide, elbows bent. Inhale, look up, and exhale, look down. Inhale up. Exhale 2. 3 more. 2. And 1. All right, excellent. Give yourself a pat on your back. And well done. I hope you guys are feeling good after a short workout. And I hope these tips today are really helpful. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Before you go, let me know, what is your main goal for the fall? Is it to improve upper body strength, lower body strength, flexibility, mobility? Is it to improve your balance? Is it just to get out a little bit more than you've been doing? Enjoy the weather that we have with a walk or a hike. Or maybe you're thinking, all right, I'm really convinced I'm going to sign up for a class, or I'm going to sign up for a group or some kind of an organized fitness routine. I'm ready to go. So let me know what you're going to sign up for, or what you're planning to do, what your main goal is. And really quick, I just want to let you know that I am opening up my membership for new members to join. So the AIM Fitness Online membership is designed for adults 50 plus and retirees to become more active. So I have weekly emails that I send out with a pre-planned calendar. So if you're one of those who says, you know what, I would just love to not think about what I'm going to do, you would love the program, because every day there's a different workout video. And they're only 15 to 30 minutes in length. So you're not going to be exercising for hours and hours every day, but you're going to do enough that you will see results and you'll feel really good. So if you are interested, we are going to be sending out the link, and there is a promo code. There's a coupon code so that you can save 33% on the membership. So you can join monthly, 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. But I have a really awesome fall planned. So it'd be great to have you guys join us for the fall. All right, we've got a few comments here, and let me know if there's any questions as well before we finish up. All right, so a few goals: focus on feeling more energized and less stressed. Another goal is to try different workout routines in the gym to use different muscle groups. Awesome, such a good goal. That's great. All right. And here's another goal. To focus on recovery from bike fall injuries. So left knee, right shoulders, right hips. Okay, that's good. Yeah, sometimes our goals are really focused around injuries or medical conditions or something you're dealing with right now. Another comment: to vary my day and improve posture. Awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, thank you everyone so much for coming. If you do have any questions, feel free to connect with me offline as well. You can visit my website and learn more about the membership program and just get involved. I've got an amazing community, and I'm all about becoming active and making fitness part of your lifestyle. So I hope you enjoyed the tips today and that they were really helpful as you go into this fall season. So thank you everyone for being here. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Meg. That was wonderful. We really appreciate it. And those 4 tips about staying motivated are excellent. I have to say the one that I'm going to focus on is stop thinking about trying to lose weight, but just try to feel more energy and to feel better. Thank you too also for mentioning the discount that your organization gives our members. That's going to be included in the email that's going to come out today after the webinar. Lots of information on your fitness program, the discount our members get, how to contact you, and also, of course, how to access the recording from today's webinar, and how to participate. I have to put another commercial in there in the mega recruitment drive to try and help us grow and gain more members. It's because we need your help to grow the association and to grow our branch in order to get more revenue, in order to do more exciting things like this webinar series that we're doing with Meg. So we hope you'll have a look at the recruitment drive. Last note is just don't forget, any of our webinars, you're welcome to invite guests to come and sample us for free. And hopefully they'll find what we're doing is so useful that they'll decide to become members. And if you want to register for upcoming webinars, please go to our website. It's nafrottawa.com, and the website address will be in the email that follows. And you'll see webinars that are already planned for September and October, and you'll be able to register. You'll be able to register for them, and you don't have to wait for a newsletter to let you know. So please be sure to have a look at our website. But thanks again to everybody. You know, Meg, it's wonderful. People, I don't think we lost one person during the whole webinar. The same number of people who started are the same number of people who ended. And that means there was a lot of interest. So je vous remercie infiniment.
Merci. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Bonne journée.